Good morning, students. Today we study about the sporophyte of Anthoxylus. After fertilization of egg by the male gamete anthozoite, it develops into a zygote. Zygote remains in the cavity of venter, and in venter from zygote development of sporophyte takes place. The structure of mature sporophyte in Anthoxylus, it consists of three parts: food, intermediate meristematic zone, and capsule. The sporophyte of Anthoxylus consists of three parts: food, meristematic zone, and capsule. The food is the basal part of the sporophyte, which is bulbous in structure, and it is parenchymatous, remain embedded in the tissue of gametophyte. It fixes the sporophyte in the gametophyte, as well as it absorbs food and nourishment, water, minerals from the gametophyte. Then the meristematic zone is present in between the food below and capsule above, and the cells of the meristematic zone divides continuously and add the tissue to the capsule region. Means the cells of meristematic zone divides and redivides continuously and add to the tissue of capsule. Means the meristematic cells which are present just below the wall, it produces wall. In spore sac, it produces the sporogenous tissue. In central part, it produces the sterile tissue called as columella, and thus it is responsible for the continuous growth of the capsule. Then the capsule, it consists of again three parts: central columella, spore sac, and wall of the capsule. Means the sporophyte, it consists of three parts: food, meristematic zone, and capsule. While the capsule, it consists of again three regions: central columella, then spore sac, and wall of the capsule. At the base, the capsule remains surrounded by a protective layer called as involucre. Then the base of the capsule is protected by means of protective covering called as involucre. Why it is protected? Because at the basal part of the capsule there are meristematic zone and just the sporogenous tissue in the developing condition called as archisporium. That's why it remains protected by means of protective covering called as involucre. The columella, it is the central sterile part consisting of parenchymatous cells, and it gives the mechanical support to the capsule, and as well as it acts as a conductive tissue of minerals and water, and also food material. Then just around the central sterile part, which is called as columella, it's like a spore sac around the central columella, and at the base from the meristematic tissue in a spore sac region, it develops into a archisporium cell. These, and again higher up, these archisporial cells get converted into alternating layers of spore mother cells and pseudo-elater mother cells. In the lower portion, archosporial cells are present. These archosporial cells later on in the upper part get converted into spore mother cells and pseudo-elater mother cells in alternating years with one another. They are also called as fertile cell and sterile cells. The spore mother cells later on in the upper stage or upper part of the capsule shows after reduction division into spore tetrad, means spore mother cell undergoes reduction division to form spore tetrad, while the pseudo-elater mother cell directly gives rise to pseudo-elaters. Again, at higher region of capsule, we can see the separated spore from the spore tetrad and pseudo-elater. Means all the developmental stages of archosporia and spore mother cells, pseudo-elater mother cells, pseudo-elater, spores, spore tetrad can be seen in a one sporophyte. Then just outside the spore sac present the wall of capsule. The wall of capsule it is 4 to 6 layers. Outermost layer of the wall it is called as epidermis, which remains interrupted by number of stomata for the exchange of gases. And just below the epidermis there are 4 to 6 layers of parenchymatous cells which are having the intercellular spaces, and the cells contain chloroplast in them. That's why they perform the function of photosynthesis. The cells of the wall of capsule contain chloroplast in them. That's why they perform the function of photosynthesis. But for the raw material, it has to depend on the gametophyte. Raw material means the minerals and water. For the minerals and water, it has to depend on the gametophyte. In this manner, the mature structure of sporophyte is seen. Then, after formation of spores, the dehiscence of sporophyte or capsule takes place. The dehiscence takes place in dry environmental conditions. At that time, the wall of capsule, the columella cells and the pseudo-elater cells loses moisture and they shrink. Shrinkage of wall, columella as well as pseudo-elater takes place in dry environmental conditions. That's why it splits from top to bottom, and pseudo-elaters and spores get carried away by the splitting. How it splits? The cells of wall, cells of pseudo-elater and cells of columella loses water and it shrinks. Due to shrinkage, it splits from tip to the bottom of the capsule, and spores and pseudo-elaters get exposed. These exposed spores and pseudo-elaters later on disperse by wind. Then each spore, it consists of, it is uninucleate, having cytoplasm along with colorless plastid and food material. It remains surrounded by two layered wall, outer thick exospore and inner thick endospore. This is the structure of spore. Means each spore it is uninucleated, containing large amount of cytoplasm along with colorless plastid and food material in there. It remains surrounded by two layered wall, exospore and thick endospore. Exospore it is thick and endospore it is thin. And Then the germination of spore. The spores, when fall on suitable substratum in favorable environmental condition, that's why when it fall on suitable substratum, it absorb water and swelling of the spore wall takes place. After swelling of spore wall, exospore breaks and endospore comes out in the form of germ tube. After formation of germ tube, the cytoplasm along with plastid and food material come into the tip of germ tube. And after exposing to the light, the colorless plastid becomes green in color, and then the germ tube divides and redivides and form a multicellular structure. Later on, it ultimately develops into new gametophyte of Anthoceras plant. Means the spore is the beginning of gametophytic generation, while the zygote is the beginning of sporophytic generation. In this manner, the gametophyte again develops from a spore, while the sporophyte develops from a diploid zygote. This is about the sporophyte of Anthoceras.